All right, welcome back, everybody. Uh, Time for Jogo 4. Um, yeah, let's get our 100th Ponto today. Surely we will get our 100th Ponto today. That would be very surprising if we didn't. Um, yeah, it's getting kind of surprising that we haven't had um, a freebie Jogo yet. The all three Jogos so far have been a bit of a struggle. Let's let's see if maybe we can have maybe the game will be nice to us today. Let's see. Okay. So last time I talked a bit about swapping with the. Last time I did end up using this in Zona 1 to go ahead and net a key and also to kill a turn. I used this, but now I have the option here because we have Harspecs as well now. Now I have the option to swap to Harspecs to kill a turn. And then I'll probably go ahead and want to use the Harspecs maybe at a time when it'll be convenient to kill another turn. Not sure. Um, Not really loving the enemy arrangement here, but yeah. Also, the reason I'm not thinking about using this right off the bat is because we already have 5 keys. Um, and speaking of speaking of our keys, we need to be aware that the bottom wall here and the left wall here uh, could have a secret entrance. But yeah, like I guess that's about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess if we're thinking about how to use Harspecs optimally here, we generally it's going to be good to use it earlier in the Jogo if possible, but I don't think you want to use it right off the bat. I think you want to at least use your do your first set of casts first, just to because I think I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly the Harspecs expert, but it seems to me that if you have a Dorado wand, oftentimes you will discover it in Zona 1 if you're prioritizing shooting at enemies, which I try to do. Um, and yeah, if you discover Dorado in Zona 1 and then you can target your Harspecs onto the Dorado wand, that's just way more valuable than targeting a random spell to discover. Uh but I don't know. I'm kind of second guessing that now. Maybe the best thing to do is actually to go ahead and use this as soon as possible. But yeah, I don't know. It also just seems like in Zona 1, one additional bit of knowledge is probably not going to change how I'm going to use the wands. I mean, there's also just the fact that I probably, in most cases, I don't have time in Zona 1. Like right now, I don't really have time. Even if I had started with the Harspecs, I probably don't have time to use that. I mean, unless it's helping me kill a turn in a way that gets an enemy into line of sight or whatever, which does definitely happen. But like in most cases, you don't want to waste the turn. I feel you want to use every turn to get into a better position and shoot your wands at enemies before they surround you and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, I feel like in most cases we'll probably be using the Harspecs toward the end of Zona 1 with this current, as things are right now. When we get more artifacts, it'll get more complicated. Right now the thing that's jumping out at me is just stepping down and punching a shrimp. I'm not really crazy about anything here, but think so. We don't we don't need we don't need to prioritize uh, shooting at a pillar quite as much. I think I feel like we've opened by shooting at a pillar, uh, or opened by shooting at pillars. We've shot at pillars in Zona 1 in all three of the Jogos so far in this run. And I think that is very often the right thing to do. It's not not super viable here anyway, but I think even if it were super viable here, it's worth noting that that's lower expected value than usual because um, a break wall, anything that helps break out the treasure, which is a lot of what you're testing for when you're shooting a pillar, is not immediately helpful to us right now, because we already have 5 keys, and also we're probably going to try to save this for to use once we get into the secret room or sometime after that, uh, to net us a key. So like, even if we discover the secret room, well, I don't know. Let's say we discover the secret room in Zona 3. So in that case, we have 3 full zonas worth of time to discover anything that's going to help us break out the treasure before it actually becomes relevant. Actually 4, because in the secret room, which will be the 4th zona in this scenario that I'm imagining, then we can use this to get the key most likely. So I don't know. We have 3 or 4 zonas in that case. I don't know, but basically we're expecting to not need to break out the treasure super soon. So that kind of, in my mind, pushes wand refresh. Testing for wand refresh and corner bounce becomes more valuable than testing for pillar treasure plus stuff that helps you break out the treasure. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking about like just stepping down and punching a shrimp, and then maybe shooting up at a lizard who will probably be in my line of sight. He will have had 2 chances to step to the right and end up here. He could also though end up here, I guess. But I'm not really seeing what else to do. I mean, I don't think I want to just start shooting. Well, I think there's a case to be made for just starting to shoot up, maybe. I don't like how that would teleport me, but I guess I don't. I guess my my plan that I was thinking about has the same problem. Like if I step down, punch the shrimp, and then the lizard's here, shooting up in that case would teleport me through the lizard and to right here, and maybe I would still just get punched. But at least I'm hitting the lizard in that case. Yeah, I think there is a case to be made for just starting to shoot up here, but I am getting surrounded pretty soon if I step down here. Like I step down, I punch, I have 1 shot up at this lizard before both this shrimp and this lizard are on me. And then like these 2 guys are both just 1 turn behind. I don't know. I feel like I think what I would normally do here is definitely just step down and punch. But I don't know. I've got myself second guessing now. I don't know. Nothing else is really occurring to me though. So I guess how does it look if I do this? I mean, this is 1, 2 chances to do something good, or just something interesting, I guess. Before I have 2 enemies on me here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like getting an enemy aligned with me. I think I like hitting an enemy with my first cast here. Um, yeah, if we can just get rid of this lizard, then we can kind of get back up this way. Maybe like if I step down, punch the shrimp. Uh, if I was thinking about maybe going ahead and switching to the horror specs and using it, but that seems very stupid. Um, well, if I just switched to horror specs here, that gives this lizard a chance to step into my line of sight, and it also removes the teleport problem. Like, you know, either he steps here and blocks my teleport, or he steps here and I can teleport like past him and be on be set up to punch him next turn without being punched myself as I'm teleporting. Um, but that's just one cast before this shrimp is on me. But that's my whole problem. No matter what I do, is that I feel like I only have one chance to like hit an enemy before I'm surrounded by two enemies. I'm not sure. Someone can tell me if there was something better to do here, but I am going to go with what feels like what I would normally do. Yeah. I think I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like I think differently when I'm trying to think out loud. Like I think this run, I have been. I don't think it. I don't think this making these videos. I don't think it's as simple as, oh, I just start like thinking out loud and explaining my thought process, but my thought process is unchanged. I think the process of thinking out loud is definitely at least a little bit changing the thought process. Um, but I don't know, the results seem about the same as usual for me, but yeah, it does feel like I sometimes am doing things differently. But yeah, I think I would step down here. So let's just do that. I guess one thing I didn't consider here is I could shoot left here. Never a big fan of like shooting point blank at a shrimp though. Um, fewer things that could kill it um, because well, in this case especially, fewer things that can kill it because I'm at 5 health. So the shrimp heal just wouldn't work. And it's a shrimp, so anything that we could transform it into, if we could transform anything that we could transform it into, would be worse than a shrimp. I mean, there could be a chicken kill after the transform, and if we turned it into a chicken, then that would be great. But in all likelihood, bad to transform a shrimp who's right on top of you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna continue with my most basic plan here, which is just punch and hope that this lizard steps right. I guess if he steps down, I can like step up and get this shrimp up here and maybe be in a good spot to avoid getting surrounded. Let's see. Okay, interesting. Unfortunately, this is like getting me into a position where I'm still going to be surrounded the next turn. Like if I step up right now, I punch the shrimp, and then the next turn, guaranteed, I think. No, not guaranteed. Probably the next turn. Probably if I step up here, this lizard is stepping up. Actually, this shrimp could move before this lizard, but also this and block its path here so that it won't go this way, so that it won't step down. But also this shrimp could move before this lizard and block its path here. So I think it actually does end up being 50-50 whether this lizard's, if I step up here, whether this lizard steps up or down, because both of its paths have an equal chance of being blocked by the shrimp. I guess, well, I guess maybe a slightly higher chance of stepping up just because if this shrimp moves before this lizard, it's definitely not stepping down. Whereas if this one moves before the lizard, it would prefer to step down. But if this one also does, then it would, I believe, step up. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So let's say the lizard is likely to step up. So then I punch this. I'm standing here. I punch this shrimp. Then I guaranteed have a lizard and a shrimp both on me. And I can't even like punch the shrimp because then I've got two lizards on me, and I don't like that at all. Think we're gonna end up kind of praying a little bit here. Not thrilled about that. I'm thinking about just going ahead and shooting this, because then, well, I don't know. I shoot this, assuming it does nothing, and then the next one shot, which I'd probably shoot this way, assuming that also does nothing, then I've got 3 enemies on me. But it's pretty unlikely that both of those do nothing. But I don't want to have 3 enemies on me, especially after I just took a hit. Do I step up hoping that this lizard steps down? That only happens if this lizard moves before this shrimp, and even still, it's 50-50 unless this shrimp goes before the lizard. I mean, we said that I don't want to step up, punch, and then punch the shrimp below me, but maybe I want to step up. Maybe I want to step up and shoot. Or maybe I want to shoot and then step up. Maybe I want to shoot left. Maybe I want to shoot left for the chance at a side hit here. Side hit is pretty common. But also this is testing for a hit through walls, which would be pretty much equally good. And then I don't know. I'm feeling this. I don't like that the enemies moved the exact way I didn't want them to. Because I wanted to just be shooting at a lizard here. But I don't know. I gotta just do something. That is such a huge yikes, man. Oh my god. We might be dying here. We actually might just be dying here. So, I mean, there's still a lot of things that can help us for sure. You know, a mirror kill, corpse kill, lizard kill. Those would all be very helpful right now. A teleport. I'm definitely starting to think about shooting this way instead of up, because that would put us in a much better position if it does teleport us. I mean, yeah. Also, like if it has a bounce here, then it's getting more tests in on this lizard. You know, potentially killing this lizard with something that also killed this lizard, but also testing for like a snipe on it. Yeah, I think survival wise, shooting left is definitely better here. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be. And maybe I don't want to shoot this one. Maybe I want to shoot this one, just in case I end up like wanting to test this wand up over into this corner. Or maybe this one. Yeah, I think right now I just need to do the thing that maximizes chance of survival. Although this is maybe, yeah, I think this is better chance of survival, so I think I have to do it. Although, yeah, I was thinking maybe because of mirror kill, this is somehow not that much worse for survival. But if this has mirror kill, it's only 50-50 that it's killing this lizard that's on me. All right, let's do it. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we have well, we definitely want to be testing on lizards because we have 2 extra lizards. You know, we definitely want to continue testing on lizards here because we have 2 extra lizards in the next zona now, and there are already probably a bunch of lizards in zona 2. So we potentially have like, could there be 3 lizards in zona 2 by default? I'm not sure. We could certainly have 4, if not 5, if not 5 lizards in the next zona. I think there are like only 2 possibilities, by the way, of which enemies spawn by default in a given zona. So like zona 1 has 2 different possibilities of what set of enemies will spawn. And zona 2 has 2 possibilities. But I don't know them all. I don't know them all by heart. I know that like in zona 5 you can either get 1 or 2 chickens. I think in zona 4 you can get 1 or 0. I don't remember exactly. Thinking about killing a turn here and then punching the shrimp. I could also, the reason I would want to do that is to then try to get into, to try to set it up so that I can like dance around this lizard and end up shooting up and hitting him while also testing for wand refresh. So so that I can also test for wand refresh. I could also just shoot down at him right now, and then punch the shrimp, which might be the smarter thing to do. Well, it's testing for more It's testing for more kills here. It's because it's testing for the snipe, probably, unless it corner bounces. Like if we discover this is kind of interesting. Like if we discover a snipe here, we have discovered we've discovered a kill ability. We have discovered an ability that can kill lizards, but that's less valuable than discovering like the actual lizard kill ability. Because next zona, like I said, we have a lot of lizards to deal with, and you can't always set up a snipe on a lizard. Sometimes, if you're dealing with lizards, the lizard kill is the most guaranteed way to to deal with them. So we'd prefer to discover a lizard kill versus a snipe. So maybe we want to not shoot right now and instead do the dancing around to give us a greater chance of discovering lizard kill. I think no matter what, we're only getting 1 shot on this lizard before it starts punching us. Like we're getting 1 shot before it gets into melee range with us. Because either I'm shooting this here, that's 1, and then I punch the shrimp and it's on me, and the lizard's on me. Or, wait, what am I thinking? This lizard's on me. Yeah, if I do this, the lizard's on me. I think I need to do this just to preserve health. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there about the parity. I think I need to do this this also gives me a chance at a heal. Going into zona 2 with 5 health when there's going to be this many enemies is definitely preferable. Also, we've got like potentially the worst spawn location for zona 2. Like good chance we end up in this gross column on the right side of the screen, like fifth column, like walled in. You know, if there's a wall here and here and here, that's very bad. Especially if there's not also a wall here. If there's also a wall here, then we have like more room to stay down here and shoot enemies before they're on us and chance at a target kill up here. If the enemies are walking in the second row rather than the first row, then that's just a lot worse. And that's unfortunately more likely, I think. I think it's unlikely that there's all four of these walls, and much more likely that there's just these first three. If that makes sense. Anyway, I think this is what we're doing. Which one do I want to use? I don't know. I think I'm going to end up using the extra wands to shoot at the chase frog. We really, really want to get tests in on enemies to make sure we survive. There is maybe like a bad ending here where I dupe the frog with my very last wand and don't kill it. So we can maybe think about a way to try to get the frog on the other side of us, maybe, so that we're like on the way out. Maybe we can. Oh no, or no. Maybe I can just stand here and shoot up at the last frog. I'm not sure. It'll depend on like whether the frog dies, whether the first chase frog dies to my other tests or whatever. Okay. I think I might want to save this for this Haruspex to potentially kill a turn. Like if I'm standing here and trying to shoot up at a chase frog here, like first of all I might want to fix the parity so that I can even be spaced out with the frog like that. And then also if I am on good parity by default, I'm standing here, the frog's standing here, I get a shot up. Actually, I don't want to do that. I don't want to forget this transform. Gonna have to make a different plan. I think I'm gonna want to maybe just shoot from over here or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's a good chance I want to like kill a turn later to. I guess I might just want to. I don't know. Right now I'm doing this. Let's stop thinking ahead so far. But I guess I'll use. I don't know. I might use that. I might use that one. I think this is the least likely that I'm gonna want to shoot upward. Okay, unfortunate. I think it might be worth just trying for a. Well, does it help me if the lizard steps left here? So I'm thinking it might be worth trying stepping up here just in case the shrimp moves right. That would could give us a chance to space the lizard out. I don't think there's a reason not to try. Don't think there's a reason not to step up and try to make the lizard space out. Yeah, okay. So now the lizard moved first, but then the shrimp blocked it off. So now if I step left and the lizard moves first, if the shrimp moves first, then we haven't accomplished anything. But if the lizard moves first, it will have to move down, which will be very good. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, we can get a corpse kill test here, which, I mean, again, for the same reason I was saying with this target, maybe we don't want to discover a corpse kill with on our only lizard here, but at the same time, I mean, in the worst case scenario, I really don't want to miss out on. Yeah, I think I want to still shoot at it here because I don't want to just waste a turn when the lizard's here so that then it's here and then just only have these two turns to shoot at it. I don't want to end up taking more damage. So although decent chance one of these has a heal, and since I am shooting down, I just realized this lizard could step up here. What am I doing in that case? Stepping left, maybe? If I step left right now, does that... Well, if I step left right now, then I'm giving a chance for the lizard to like get out of my line of sight and approach me in this column when I'm standing in this column. I would rather be shooting directly at the lizard, I think. I'm also starting to think that like the more dancing around I do, the less time I have for checking these two walls, which I really want to do. So I think I should go ahead and punch right now, but I'm not sure what I'm doing if the lizard steps here. I think I am stepping left. I guess it's not, I want to get to this key. I want to check these two corners before the frog appears for sure. So yeah, I guess no matter what, I want to go left 2 columns soon to get to this key. So maybe it's fine to step left twice. Okay, he went the way I was originally thinking he would. Yeah, I think we just want to do this. I don't know. This feels bad that we're not getting good treasure tests in, but sometimes you just gotta survive. And kicking 2 lizards into the next zona, like we know nothing. In fact, we know that this. What did I shoot this at? Wait, what? Why am I forgetting already? Oh no. I remember exactly how I shot this and this, but I was thinking I shot this at a lizard, but now I'm having trouble remembering. And it doesn't seem like I could have shot it at this one. Oh yeah. I think I did test it. This was the one where I was thinking that it could have target, right? It was here. Cause yeah, then it was one space away from me. I was here and it was here and the shrimp was on me and then I stepped up. Yeah, I think I shot it down at this corner, and was hoping for maybe a target, or was thinking it might have a target. Okay. More likely that I want to use this on the ceiling, I guess. I don't know. Okay, that's great. That's great because now we can get another test on it on the lizard while maybe standing here, also testing for earthquake and also testing for wand refresh. Although I'm maybe starting to worry that if stepping right here, like if I stepped left here and shot downward, well, first of all, it'd be trying to forget this sleep, which I really don't want to do. A sleep plus a shuffle could potentially help us a lot in the next zona. Even though it's not killing anything, it's pretty good chance that it gets stuff out of our way and lets us get to the exit if necessary. So I really don't want to forget that. That's like our best tool that isn't just a stall. Like this is, this could potentially save us next zona, but it's also setting us up for failure in zona 3. Or zona question mark. Whatever is next. So yeah, I think I would like to stand here and shoot this one up. But that is potentially wasting more turns by two extra turns by stepping right here and walking all the way around so that I don't wake up this lizard by stepping next to him. How many turns has it been for this frog? I did step down. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to do, even if I don't end up even if I end up not being able to check all the walls because I'm doing this. I mean, I think I am getting to check all the walls anyway. And I just might end up taking a hit from a chase frog because of being on bad parity with it, but that's just going to take me back down to 4 because I'm getting this potion. This is all assuming this lizard dies. which not a super safe assumption. Yeah, I guess how screwed am I? No, I mean worst case scenario, I have to punch this lizard before the frog shows up. That doesn't seem like a big deal. And wait, yeah, no, I'm not taking damage from the frog because I have a way to stall. So yeah, worst case is like I take a damage from a lizard before the frog shows up. I can also like maybe not even engage with the lizard at all because I can walk all the way around it. You know, I can walk all the way around the screen without waking up this lizard. So maybe if the frog is coming at me this way, I can like loop all the way around. If the frog's coming at me this way, I can like loop all the way around. But I think there's a good chance that it doesn't work out nicely and like the frog blocks me. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think I want to start doing this, and I don't think I want to count the turns. Maybe we'll start counting the turns here if this lizard doesn't die. Okay. Well, that makes it easier for us to do the loop around. Like, now if the frog starts coming this way, since this path is blocked, this is so bad. We have no we have no offense. We have no offense for next for Zona 2. Yikes. Definitely want to use this horror specs, but I think I definitely want to not get killed by this frog first. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine with the frog. Like either it's on parity with me and I like dance around until it lets me past either up or down and then should be able to get to the exit, or it's off parity with me and I kill a turn like this by swapping, and then same deal. Also possible that I just find the secret exit here, which I do not. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Feels to me like the best thing to do is go ahead and get down here. The frog will be here. Could this turn out really bad? Like, I mean, it's a pretty low chance. Like if I'm here, the frog's here. I'm giving it 3 chances. 3 chances to step down instead of right. But like if it doesn't, and then I step left and it steps down, then it's blocking me and I have to go all the way around this way, and then potentially the other frog is there and I'm dead. So what does it look like if I step right and like try to get past it this way without going all the way down first? Like I step right, I kill the turn. There, I could also punch the frog. I guess what happens if I end up down in this corner? Yeah, in a small chance that I don't get past it, I will just punch it down when it seems like the next chase frog is about to appear. But I will start counting that. But I guess I want to see if it feels like there's a greater chance of getting past it here. Okay, it's been 1, 2 since the frog's shadow was there. So 3, 4, I'm here. 5, 6, 7, well, 5, and then if it goes left, I'm good. I'm out. But if it goes up on my move 5, then I have to start moving down. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I still have plenty of time. So like maybe I should step right and then step up to give it a chance to let me past right now. A 50-50 chance. And if it doesn't let me past, then I have. Oh yeah, then I think I like this. Still have a little bit of time. Okay. Okay. Okay, we should be good. Oh, terrifying. Terrifying Jogo. Not getting the freebie I asked for here. Okay, let's remind ourselves. I was standing here. I shot this up. I think I was standing here. Yeah, here, and shot it up at a shrimp that was there and wrapped around, exploded myself, and made another lizard. This one was shot through 2 lizards. It was shot next to a shrimp. And it hit the right wall at the end. This one was shot down through a lizard who was on a corpse, and I was at 4 health. This one up through a sleeping lizard in the middle. This one down to a lizard in a corner, and maybe next to a shrimp. Maybe there was a shrimp to the side here, or no? I think I was here, so it wouldn't have done anything to that shrimp, I don't think. All right, I'd like to use my horror specs to maybe discover something useful, but I don't even know what I'm gonna discover that's gonna be useful. Like, I kind of just hate everything right now. I'm not feeling like chances are good that I have a way of dealing with these enemies at all. And yeah, I guess we should have. I didn't think about this specifically, but we did know exactly where 2 of these lizards were going to be. I'm trying to remember, because I think I did learn this at some point, but you know, if you do some tests with the time warp, you can figure out how the game determines exactly where the enemies end up in cases where, like, there's another enemy. Like, I can't remember if the game decides where the 5 default enemies are going to be, and then it like tries to put the time warped enemies on top of the default enemies and pushes them to the side if there's already an enemy in that spot, or if the time warped enemies always go to the right spot. But then, well, I mean, sometimes you get a case where the time warped enemy is like locked in the treasure, but that could just be because that was the spot that it wanted to go to. But I definitely feel like there have been cases where the time warped enemy kind of got like pushed. Like, it wanted to go to a particular spot, but there was already an enemy there, and so it got pushed. In this case, I can't tell. Like, maybe this was the default enemy, and this was the one that I time warped in this spot, and it got pushed down. I don't remember exactly. I don't confidently remember what it is that I learned about that in the past. Okay, we don't actually need to go out of our way to remember the walls, because we know now that we don't have a move door spell. But yeah, we do need to check the left and right walls here. And also another door in the corner. Bruh. So this has not been shot at lizards. And it would guaranteed at least do 1 damage to this lizard, which is, I mean, it's not nothing, I guess. This would get me out, and maybe kill this frog and leave behind. I mean, it would send 3 more enemies into the next zona, but only one of them is a lizard, which is the only thing that we know we can't deal with our wands. But we got to get more tests in. You know, we might use this. We might use this escape in just a moment. But I don't think I want to just use it right now. It could have an earthquake. But yeah, this feels good because, well, it feels bad because we're forgetting a transform, but maybe it's less bad than usual to forget a transform because we need more offense. But also it's kind of better, like, if we do end up finding more offensive abilities and end up getting to a point in this Jogo where we feel safe, then we will really want to have this transform so that we could, because it synergizes with the dupe. Like, if there's a book on the screen, this is more valuable than it would be if we didn't have the dupe, because we don't just get to transform it. We're going to dupe whatever we transform. Probably we at least have a chance to dupe whatever we transform. So maybe it's more valuable than normal because we have this. So maybe I do just want to do this immediately to minimize the chances of forgetting this. This was shot. Yeah, this can't have a forget, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure I was standing here when I shot this, and when I shot this, which happened first. I'm kind of, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. So this can't forget. So maybe I go ahead and do this. But then what? I don't know. This could kill lizards, and that would be so huge. But there's only 2 slots for it. Could just go ahead and sleep 2 enemies, and then I'm probably I guess if I do this, then I probably just punch this lizard down who's on me, and then I don't know, go from there. There are some ways that this could kill, you know, like this hasn't been tested for mirror kill or for kill the second enemy. It also hasn't been tested for corner bounce, which would be great right now. Maybe I should do this and then this. In that case, I'm taking extra damage from this lizard probably, but that feels good because I'm getting a wand refresh test in that I really want. And this could really help me. I don't know. This feels like the best move to me. I'm gonna go with it. I don't like all the chances I'm giving myself to forget this transform, but also this explosion plus wraparound does make the transform worse. So I think there are multiple reasons why this transform is worse than usual, but I don't know. Maybe it does feel very bad to forget a transform. Like, you know, if I'm worried about this explode wrapping around and hitting me while I'm trying to transform treasure, if I'm discovering a forget, then I should just forget this explode or forget this wraparound. Um, I don't know. The only option that's not forgetting that's guaranteed not forgetting me something. The only the only option for what to do here that doesn't give away free damage and doesn't forget guaranteed doesn't forget the polymorph is shooting this wand, and don't think I want to I don't think I want to give up on killing these enemies just yet. I don't think I want to start sending 3 enemies to the next zona just yet. So I think I want to do this. Starting to think about sending 3 enemies to the next zona. um or 2. I mean, why did that have to turn into a chicken? I'm trying to think what could be in this slot, this 4th slot on this 4th wand, because it can't be anything that affects enemies or items. I think anything that affects enemies or items would be above the time warp. And it can't be like go through wall or wrap around because this is there. And it can't be spawn shrimp because we teleport. And I guess it could be like explode though. I think you can explode, and I think there can be an explode and then a teleport. I guess there's a lot of things it could be. It could be the ray stops. No, it can't be the ray stops when it hits an enemy. It could be. Why am I having so much trouble with this? It could be hit to the sides. It could be hit through a wall. I guess both of those would be really good if I shot left here. Oh no, it can't be hit to the sides. We tested that. It would have hit the shrimp last time. It could be the earthquake though. It could be buried treasure. It could be. The reason I started asking this is because it seems like there are a lot of treasure possibilities. So let's think about, since we failed to think about it last time, let's this time think about where these enemies, if we do time warp them right now, where would they end up relative to where we're entering the next zona. Now we do have to be a little bit careful that we don't plan around that, because we could enter the next zona anywhere on this wall or anywhere on this wall if we find the secret entrance. So there's that. But, if we were to time warp right now and not find the secret entrance, if we were to do this, then all of these enemies would be pretty far from where we're starting. And these two would be in a good spot to maybe test something on the ceiling, but I don't know. Zona 3 has a lot of walls, and I feel like it's pretty unlikely that we're going to get a good, like, stand here, shoot at this frog test. But I guess it's nice that lizard is, like, in our line of sight, but kind of far away from the beginning, assuming there's no walls here. Why is every Jogo so far been so tricky? So what's the other option other than time warp? I mean, I could also time warp just 2 enemies. I could time warp this chicken. There's a chance it would die. I could time warp this chicken and this lizard, but like, that chicken could be on me point blank if there's a secret entrance there. Okay, so yeah, I might want to do this, but then I'm taking a lot of damage just to punch this. I'm taking 2 damage from this lizard if I do this. Also, like, I'd rather shoot my wands if I can get spaced out from the chicken and then shoot wands at it. feel a lot better about that than like if I can somehow get spaced out from the lizards and shoot wands at them because I've already shot all my wands at lizards. I can't. This is not an option for offense. This, this is so bad. So if I guess the good thing about if I do this is it puts me here. I think it could explode me, which would be bad, but not the end of the world. But then, yeah, if I end up here, I think I might get a chance to sleep both the frog and the lizard. And I'm also shooting this. It's been shot through the middle. No, it hasn't been shot through the middle. Hasn't. So I'm testing earthquake. I'm testing the wand refresh. Testing the wand refresh on the actual wand that I would be refreshing, which is extra great. And in fact, if I get a wand refresh in that case, I will have a double wand refresh combo in this room, because if I stand in this column and shoot up, it will refresh this wand and then also refresh itself. So I'll have like an infinite double wand refresh. I think I like that now. Also, I was thinking maybe this could target kill, but no, that was tested last zona. So we're definitely kicking this lizard into the next zona like this. But I mean, this is testing for a through walls hit, which is pretty likely for this spot. We're getting rid of our key, which I really don't like that we're missing out on this treasure. But I don't know. There's a good chance if I shoot left here, there's a good chance that I'm missing out on that treasure anyway. Like if I shoot left here, then I punch the lizard twice. That's 3 moves. And then I punch the shrimp. That's 4 moves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I step up and the chicken's on me. Well, I guess then I still have my sleep wand. Okay, so maybe I do guaranteed. No, not guaranteed, because when I sleep the chicken, it's teleporting it to some random spot, and like maybe I'm not able to get the key without waking it up, or maybe I'm not able to get the treasure without waking it up. But also, that would be nice, like, you know, ending up being able to shoot 2 wands at a chicken. I guess 3. I might shoot this one at the chicken as well, just to get more tests in. That would be nice. But I think I am still getting more tests in overall if I do this and then step left to end up here. This puts me here. I step left. The frog is here. I maybe stall by using my Haru specs and then so that the frog gets on me and maybe the lizard gets behind it or something. Not sure exactly, but I think this is getting more tests overall by like testing for the earthquake here, which would be a huge lifesaver, and getting these wand refresh tests in. This one also hasn't been tested for wand refresh. Yeah. I don't know. This feels better to me overall, so I'm gonna go for it. Nice, got that, which we anticipated, and that, you know, now we are getting another test here with we're getting an axe kill test here, so that's great. I guess I didn't think about this movement possibility. It wasn't guaranteed that this lizard would move here because this shrimp could have blocked its spot, but yeah, we could be in a spot here where the frog moves right, the lizard. There's a lot of weird movement possibilities actually. Like the frog moves right would not be ideal, I think. Well, I don't know. This hasn't been tested for a side hit, so maybe we could like, yeah, I don't know. I think no matter what, we're stepping left here. Okay. It does seem to me that I want to go ahead and do this. I could go ahead and Haru specs first, but it might be important to kill a turn later. Oh wait, I can use my treasure. I can use my arm to grab this treasure. Do I want to do that, or do I want to save it to net a key? I think I want to do it. I mean, because there's even a chance that like the secret room is right here and I like miss it, and then I'm like saving my arm for nothing. Also, 5 points is not nothing. Also, going ahead and shooting this is testing for this hitting the shrimp through this wall, which hasn't been tested for. I think this is quite a few tests that we haven't seen. We're getting an explode test here, or if there's a corner bounce, we're still getting an explode test here. This is a really good shot. I think it's just a shame that we're not testing for forget with this. We've already tested for identify, but you you can't. Oh my god. You can't get all the tests in one shot, is what I was starting to say. This is ridiculous, man. I think I want to go ahead and shoot this. I could Haruspec's, and that would allow the frog to step one step closer potentially. But the bad part about Haruspec'ing here is that if the shrimp goes before this frog, then I'm no longer shooting at this frog. Then I'm shooting at shrimps and only hitting a frog to the side. Also, this has been shot at a lizard down here, but it has been tested for the corner bounce, which a little bit sad that there's no possibility of that here, because that'd be a good test. But I think this is still the thing to do. I mean, what if I did use the Haruspec's and then immediately use the arm? So 1, 2. Well, then the frog could still walk that way. So yeah, I think I want to go ahead and shoot the frog here. Okay. That is a turning point for this Jogo. Even though it's not much, it's pretty shocking how little we know based on the tests we just did. Pretty shocking that we just did 2 really good tests and only discovered that one ability between those 2 wands. But still, there are possibly 3 frogs in the next zona, and I would be very worried about that if I didn't have any way to kill frogs. So, turning point. I think I definitely want to do this and then punch the shrimp. So let's think about what we want to identify. If we were thinking about treasure right now, I would definitely want to identify here, because like I said last time, I feel like treasure will always be after the shuffle. And well, I guess even if treasure isn't always after the shuffle, offensive stuff that affects enemies and items that's always going to be before the shuffle. So there's just not that many possibilities for what can be after it. So it's more likely than these other slots for that to be a treasure spell. I guess maybe I want to prioritize treasure anyway, because that could maybe be a book or a gem, or if whatever. Well, so I have this dupe that I can use still in this zona. So like, let's say this is a corner treasure or a buried treasure. If it's corner treasure or buried treasure, I can dupe whatever I get. So like, if it's a book, that helps a lot. It's identifying 2 more spells in addition to this one. If it's a gem, I'm getting an artifact that could potentially help a ton. Yeah. And this hasn't been tested for corner treasure or buried treasure. Could also be pillar treasure, which I wouldn't be able to dupe, but which would be helpful. This has been tested offensively quite a bit. So this is pretty likely to have a treasure spell on it, but it also could just have garbage. Like this could be go through walls, which wouldn't matter to me immediately. It would be nice to have go through walls plus shuffle, but not immediately for my survival in the next room. I don't know. We could just potentially be stalling with this. I think I am gonna prioritize treasure here. I think I'm gonna identify this. like maybe I should feel safer than I do just because I have this as a backup plan and I can always just, I don't know, but I can't always just get out. Like there are scenarios where I walk into the next room and there's only one option for where I can teleport to with this, and then I'm just in another corner. Like I'm in a corner at the beginning, then I just teleport myself into another corner and still end up having to fight the 8 enemies in the next room. So no, I don't think I should feel comfortable right now. But I don't know, this transform will be more helpful in the next room than it was in this room, just because there's more higher health. There's more frogs and fewer like 1 health enemies, I think. Well, I don't know. I just sent a lizard and a shrimp. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think well, I guess it would be pretty high value for survival to identify one of these 2 spots, because those are the things that, as it is right now, I don't want to use this wand on any enemy unless it's in a spot like this, if it's in a spot where it cannot be duped. Has this been tested for corner bounce, by the way? No. Yeah, if it's in a spot that it can't be duped, then I'm starting to think about this shot actually, because it would dupe the shrimp twice, which would be silly, but it could potentially discover some stuff, and we're maybe not. Or wait, what was I thinking, man? What was I thinking with this whole thing about if I discover corner treasure or buried treasure here, I'm gonna get to dupe it? This wand is used. I'm not getting any treasure. Yeah, the dupe is not happening in this room. So maybe I do want to shoot this like this. No, I think I'd rather shoot it at a frog. I think I'd rather like stand here and shoot it at this chase frog and then walk to the exit. Also curious how this timing is going to work out with like checking all these walls. I think maybe one thing that would be great on a duplicate wand, and one thing that's more likely than usual on a duplicate wand, is this hit to the side. So maybe I want to hope for like the chance of shooting this to the right at a frog on this corpse while also testing the side hit on this lizard. That seems pretty good. Now that means I'm probably not gonna be checking like these 3 spots for the secret room. Or wait, no, I have to wake up this lizard. My brain is not working right now. Have to wake up this lizard to walk past it. But maybe I should test. No, I think I'm punching the lizard. I don't know. I think I'm doing this right now, and it seems valuable to me. I don't know. It does. I think for offense, the thing to do is definitely this, because this could potentially tell us a way that we can use this wand offensively without duping anything. If there's a frog kill here, for instance, then it will kill the frog before it dupes it. So then that gives us some possibilities for how to use this to survive next zona. But discovering something in one of these spots, well, the bad thing about discovering something on this wand is like we already know the treasure potential of this wand. So if we care about treasure, we're kind of wasting this. I don't know. It doesn't seem super likely at this point that we're going to end up feeling very safe like in this Jogo. Like it feels like our wands are kind of guaranteed to be weak at this point, and this Jogo is just going to be scary. Actually, hang on. I'm coming back around to convincing myself that this wand gives me more of an out than I was thinking, because like with the corner bounce, like if I can just step once to the side, that's like giving me a lot more possibilities for where to end up potentially, and potentially taking me really far, and potentially warping a lot of enemies, which is maybe bad. My gut is telling me to go back to this, and that's what I'm going to do. Please argue about this with me. I'm actually very interested. Like I said, I want to try to get better at choosing what to identify with the Haru specs. I want to use this run to get better at that. So yeah, if you disagree about this, please argue with me about it. Okay, we were right about that being a high chance of treasure. Yeah, it's a shame that there's definitely no way to get that in this zona, because I would love to. I would love to dupe it, but okay, that's something. I guess maybe there's a case to be made that we shouldn't have identified this because there was a high chance of it being treasure. Like, because we likely knew what this was already, we should have identified a slot that like we're more uncertain about, because like probably we're going to want to use this wand in a way that might help us survive. And like if we didn't know this, if in that case we would probably be wanting to use this to survive. And if we got into a situation where we could use this to try to get treasure, then the first thing I would test is like corner treasure plus buried treasure, or pillar treasure plus buried treasure. So, you know, because I knew this was super valuable. I mean, if it were pillar treasure or if it were corner treasure, then this would have potentially saved us a turn of like trying to identify the other one. I don't know. I find this very hard to think about. But let's move on. I think my only real move here is to start punching. And I guess I'm wondering if I should go right first and check this whole right wall. I think probably so. If I'm punching this lizard no matter what, I want to go ahead and check this right wall, I think. And I think I have time to do that and then get into this corner, you know, grab this treasure and then get into this corner. Also, checking the right wall first means that if I do find the secret exit somewhere, I wonder if the secret exit can appear here. I've never thought about this before. Can it appear next, like in a spot that's like next to where the exit was by default? I think it probably can. I'm pretty sure it can. I don't think it can appear next to where the entrance is by default, because I feel like I would have seen that happen before, and I haven't. Okay. But yeah, if the secret exit, if I find the secret exit somewhere over here, somewhere on this wall, then I am giving myself a chance to maybe not use this. I think I probably want to not use this. In that case, save it to net a key. But if we don't find the secret exit, then I think I would use this, just because the chance of the secret entrance being here kind of pushes. I mean, it's already not terrible to use this and get 5 points, but I think the key, I think getting a key next zona maybe slightly outweighs the value of those 5 Pontos, but when adding in the possibility that we miss the secret entrance here, that kind of changes the value to me, I think. I don't know. But there's also like maybe there's an argument of like I should save this for future Zona for survival. Like maybe there's a chance I'm going to be able to grab a potion that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get, or like grab, like especially in Zona 4 where there's a bunch of locks all over the place. It'll maybe let me open those to like survive in some way, open up a path for me to teleport out or something. I don't know. I think what I want to do now is this. And I guess I could go ahead and test this like this, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather shoot it directly at a frog and down to test for a heal. Or maybe right to test for a charge attack. Where are those enemies going to be? I think the lizard is kind of likely to be where I am. When I walk into the next zona, I'm going to be like here, and there's going to be a lizard right here, I think. Because I shot up at this chicken and this lizard, and yeah. So maybe I like step forward with a charge attack and then punch the lizard immediately or something. I don't know. I think this is what I want to do. I think maybe I want to check these slots first, or like these two. I guess I can count my turns. One was shooting this wand. 2 shooting this wand. 3, 4 shooting this wand. 5 shooting this wand. 6 using a haruspex. 7, 8 punching shrimp. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No. 20. No. 18 to here, I think, if I just take the direct path. 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, grab, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So like 1, 2, 3. I think I can check all of them and just get out without the frog being on me. I guess I can do this one down here first and then come back up and dip into here. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it. I might have miscounted. I didn't think super hard about this, about the counting. Okay, yeah, I definitely miscounted. But I think this is fine. This is not going to teleport me. I don't think this can do anything weird, and it gives me a couple tests. I guess this is testing for a forget that I don't want. So maybe I want to step up and left here. Or maybe I do want to forget this. It's very hard for me to intentionally forget to intentionally forget a dupe. That feels. Also, I've consistently in this run so far not thought about. I've consistently failed to think about what is going to be forgotten until I'm like already in position to do it. I need to try to think ahead about forgetting a little bit more. That's one way that I definitely stand to improve at the game. Yeah, I mean, there's 75% chance if I step up and then left here, there's 75% chance that this dude is still on a corpse. So I'm not really missing out on anything. So yeah, I think I should. And I mean, if he's not, I'm getting a side hit test, and yeah, I don't know. I think I should step up. There's also could also like instead of backing up, well, I guess this is testing for a wraparound. Yeah, this is testing for a wraparound that won't be tested for if I step up and left. Don't really care about a wraparound right now, so let's do this. Pretty sure this can't screw me. Okay, that's something. Hopefully the secret entrance was not here, but I don't really know that there was anything I could do about it if it was. Okay. I think I pretty much remember how things have been used at this point. Okay. It sure is a lot of enemies over there. They're all in their little nooks. One thing I'm immediately thinking is that I could step right and then shoot this. And hopefully it does not have go through walls, which is possible. But hopefully, I guess it's actually kind of likely because we've tested this on... Well, we haven't tested it in that many different ways. But say I step right. Say there's nothing new discovered on this. I step right, shoot it left. It's transforming that into something that I want more, which, by the way, hopefully I'll be able to dupe as well. And it's also blowing up, guaranteed blowing up the chicken and the lizard, which is great. I think I'm going to be able to like time warp a ghost while getting out of this corner, and then like, I don't know, I can punch a frog. I don't know, this isn't looking bad for survival unless this has a go through walls. And if it does, then maybe I can just like run away immediately. Yeah, I don't know. This use case for this seems so strong that I kind of just have to go for it. Yeah. It feels overwhelmingly good. It also is testing for like a hit through walls on one of these, either the chicken or the lizard, or maybe both. I guess. Yeah. I guess if this frog moves before the shrimp, then none of these enemies are moving. So yeah, potentially through walls. Yeah, I don't know. This is too good. I have to do it. Okay, worst case, I think. But that's fine. I think I still want to do this. Okay, we did not get the terrible scenario. Now I think I want to. I do want to step left and then use my time warp and warp like this ghost or this shrimp, whatever is here, and then also this frog. This could still kill a frog, which would be ideal. It could also befriend this ghost that it's sending to the next room. But then I guess I have this. I don't know. I'm trying to preserve this charge attack, but I think I would end up having to use the charge attack on the ghost in this scenario. I don't have a good way of like, if I'm like up here, I don't have a good way of like making a treasure and then duping it while also getting this charge attack. Because of this wall here, if I'm shooting a treasure to the right, it's going to be in a corner and unable to be duped. Also, I mean, if I can save my dupe, I can use it on this. I'm trying to see if there's a way to make this hit something. This through walls hit. Like, I mean, I guess if I step twice here, then like this ghost could end up here maybe, but, or no, that's not even true. That's super not true. I Yeah, I don't know how I'm like teleporting out of here while also hitting something through a wall. That doesn't seem real. Yeah, I don't know. I could. I am starting to think about taking a damage here so that I can go ahead and so that I can use my charge attack on a frog. Um, and then yeah, like not sending a frog into the next zona really is going to be setting myself up for better zona. Chance at like actually duping stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm starting to like this. This could also no. This could not hit to the side. Um, I don't know, but again, this could just kill the frog outright. This could just have frog kill here. I guess. How am I killing this other ghost? I feel like this other ghost is somehow the main problem. Like if I step left and then shoot this up, I'm like warping. I'm getting rid of one of these enemies and the frog. I'm warping away the frog and one of these two enemies. I guess this has the benefit, doing it now has the benefit of definitely warping the ghost, whereas maybe if I wait a turn, then this shrimp will get warped instead. Maybe I should stall multiple turns in here. Like maybe I should be walking left, walking up, walking down. So 1, 2, 3, let's say. How does that look? 1, 2, 3. There's an enemy right on top of me. This frog is like maybe over here or something. That could be good because I would warp up to here and then he would step here to fight me. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'm warping this ghost. Maybe it's over here, which maybe would be fine. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that frog is there as well. Probably not, but I don't know. This stuff is probably still like out of the way. I don't know. Maybe I like that. I don't think I want to warp from. Let's give the enemies a chance to align in a nice way. So let's start walking. Okay, that ghost is wanting to go up there. I'm trying to figure out why that happened. Because wasn't this ghost just right here? Why would it have gone up there? Oh, the shrimp was here. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Not thinking. Okay, so if I step up and down now. If I step up and down now, then this frog could like also get warped. Yeah, I think I like this possibility of like, well, I don't know. I'm also I'm teleporting myself up to like potentially get owned by this ghost immediately. Like if I step up and down right now, I think this ghost probably goes here. And so then I'm like teleporting directly into it. What if I go up, down, right? 1, 2, 3. We got a ghost on me. And then any of these 3 enemies, so probably a frog, will be here. And another one will be like here maybe. Ghost will be here and I'll warp it maybe. Maybe I'm warping a chicken also. This is wild. I didn't even think about the fact that I have 2 keys here. It's kind of a shame that maybe I should have prioritized maybe I should have thought about this wand differently because I have 2 keys here, like because I can transform one of those keys and then dupe it. Like I could have transformed this and then duped it, but like that feels about the same as, I mean, it's slightly better to transform one of these keys than to transform that potion, but not a huge deal. But, you know, maybe that would have changed my decision. Not sure. Well, actually, I guess it would have been maybe hard to, like, in order to transform this, and this key once transformed can't be duped, and this key I would have to stand all the way down here to like shoot up and transform it without exploding myself, and then I don't know, man. I'm so lost. I feel so lost in this Jogo right now. This is the game just refuses to give me an easy, like it feels like I'm not even. It's refusing to give me even a normal difficulty Jogo. I don't know. Think I'm gonna do more stepping right now, because I don't want to teleport right now and then have to punch a shrimp with my charge attack. I want to use my charge attack on something good. I want to, if I end up teleporting a lot of enemies to the next Jogo, that's not the end of the world, or the next Zona, that's not the end of the world, because I'm going to probably be duping this chest and getting a charge attack. By the way, this has not been tested for corner bounce, so could potentially be getting 2 extra chests. Wait, 1, 2, 3, potentially be getting 3 extra chests here, which would be amazing. So I think, yeah, maybe that alone is enough reason to have done what I did, rather than trying to transform and then dupe this key. I don't know. I'm spending so much time second guessing something that I've already done. Instead of thinking about what to actually do here. Well, I don't know what else I'm doing here other than walking around, so I'm gonna walk around. So doing this now, this shrimp got blocked in by these frogs. So now it's like on the same parity it was before. That's interesting. Okay, I think I want to do more walking. Okay, so if I step right now and then teleport, I'm on bad parity with this frog. Sorry, with this frog. So I'm definitely warping 1, 2. I mean, this shrimp could just end up here again and annoy me. I don't know. I guess it's just not the end of the world if I end up like shooting this frog with this, and then maybe I can set it up so that I can shoot it to the right and test this one for charge attack and corner treasure while shooting the frog, and then maybe hit the lizard too. Could the lizard end up going that way? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't know. I think this feels like my best option right now. I think it's time to do something. So I'm going to step right. Okay, we are warping everything. Also, didn't think about what I'm going to do if I get stuck. Maybe just use my buried treasure wand? Not sure. Oh wait, I can't get stuck here. Okay. What am I? Hang on. Should I just go ahead and punch this ghost? Because I mean, then I'm potentially warping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies into the next. Sorry, not the ghost that I'm killing. Potentially warping 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 of which are frogs into the next Jogo. I guess one thing I could do is punch this ghost, use my buried treasure right here, and then point blank this frog and then teleport out. That kind of seems good, actually. Because this buried treasure it's not going to be something I'm going to be able to dupe anyway, so I don't need to worry about like using this in a particular way. I get a frog dead instead of sending an extra frog into the next Jogo, and then I still like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's 3 turns. Maybe I get to kill this shrimp as well then. I guess I probably do. Kill that shrimp as well, and then like teleport out, and by that time I can probably teleport the lizard as well, which maybe I want to do to like, I don't know, just because it's not going to work out nicely for me to kill him without taking damage this Jogo. I don't know. This feels good to me. How could this go wrong though? Can this spawn a shrimp still? How did I use this last time? don't I don't think it can spawn a shrimp. Oh wait, I'm killing a frog point blank here up against a wall, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, this can't wrap around. I think it can't explode. I feel like when I shot it up through the middle last time, there was maybe a shrimp here, but I can't exactly remember. Or maybe there's a shrimp here. I don't know. It feels like it can't explode. I guess it's likely to get me stuck, but then I don't think I mind. I don't think I mind using this immediately. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Could this corner bounce? I don't think so. And this could discover a hit to the side. I don't know. This feels good. Please don't get me stuck because I wanna fight this shrimp. Okay, of course. Okay, well that's cool that frog stepped that way. He is now this frog is now taking another damage here. I think this is working out nicely for me to kill things and not take too much damage here. Well, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now other than this, so yeah, I think. Wait, I was off by one on the frog parody, which kind of ruins everything. Um. Man, am I missing out on my dupe opportunity here? Also, was it maybe going to be better to like try to kill this chicken? Well, this is not relevant. Trying to kill this chicken here and like dupe both this key and this chicken or something. I don't know. Not relevant because we're dying right now. Okay, so I might have to like. Okay, let's see. If I step right, I punch, and then I just do this. And then punch the frog. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the chicken's on me. And I think I would punch it down, take 2 damage there. Because we didn't end up sending a frog to the next. We didn't end up sending a frog, so we're less worried now about dying than we were before. It feels like there should be a way here to do something different. But like, what? Step down, punch. Oh no, this is fine, right? Step down, punch. I take 1 damage to the frog. No damage to the lizard. Punch the lizard immediately after killing the frog. And then, so that's step 2, 3, 4. That's 4 moves. Then the chicken is on me. But then I'm gonna. See, here's the problem. What I want to do in that case is go down here, dupe this treasure while getting, the chicken I'll get the chicken to follow me and be here when I'm here. And I have picked up this key because I looped all the way around this way. And then I cast my dupe here. But how bad is it if I'm at 3 health after punching this frog and then this chicken gets duped and not killed and it punches me down to 2 health? I punch it, but then I think I'm dead in that case because the chase frog will be showing up soon and I'm blocked into this corner. Am I willing to risk that? I think to be true to my real play style, I think I have to do it. I think I have to go for it because I'm pretty sure I would not give up the opportunity of like even it's unlikely that this has a corner bounce, but then even if it does have a corner bounce, it's pretty likely that the chicken gets killed here, I think. Or like I have a or like I have a or wait, I was thinking about the parity wrong, wasn't I? Cuz this chicken gets duped to here. Yeah. So it will be on the right parity with me at least, but I still definitely could be blocked in and screwed. I don't know. Let's I think we're doing this no matter what. Interesting that just happened. Is that changing anything? I don't think so. I was thinking like the chicken moving a different way might matter a lot. I think I do want the chicken to go left so that I can loop all the way around and get this key. I guess there's an argument to be made that I should not be duping anything. I should just run. Should I be more hesitant to get down to 2 health here? No, I think I'm fine. I don't know. I think this is my real play style here. I guess I can maybe space out the chicken here. Like maybe I can step up and space out the chicken to 2 spaces away from me. Let's see. No, if the chicken's 2 spaces away from me, like if I step up and punch and the chicken ends up like back here. Or wait, no, the chicken would be 1 space away. Wait, what? If I step up, let's say the chicken also steps up. And then if I step right, let's say the chicken steps down. No, it could then go the other way. I don't know. I'm doing my plan. I fully recognize that I could die here. Okay. Let's get a potion. Okay, we take those. And now got this frog on me. And I guess I just have time to test 1 extra spot for a secret room. So I'm gonna be able to. Well, I guess I already tested these 3 spots for a secret room. I'll be able to test that spot, but only 1 other. I guess I would rather. If there is gonna be a secret room, I'd rather it be right here. I guess. The middle slot than one of these 2 slots. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Yikes. All right. Remember, just refreshing myself on how I use things. Wait, why is this frog right here? I didn't warp no, this guy's just here. This guy's just on me. See, this is another weird thing about the rules for how the rooms are generated. Like usually enemies are not on you when you enter. Usually there's a space between them, unless you time warped them and they were in that spot. But I think the locked treasure can like push them. Like I think it decides where the enemies are going to go and then it puts the treasure somewhere but then that can like displace the enemies if they were going to be on that spot. I don't really know. It's very strange to me. But yeah, not immediately clear what we're doing here. Not looking great. I guess I am thinking about maybe trying to. Well, obviously I can just shoot this frog, and it can't have a mirror kill, which is unfortunate. Could have a corner treasure. But yeah, then I am on good parity after shooting. If I just shoot this frog, on good parity to maybe kill this ghost by like getting it, or no, I guess the shrimp's gonna be behind it. I mean, I could just like walk with this ghost a little bit maybe. I don't know. These other enemies are gonna be. No, I might be able to like shoot, step, step, step. 4, 1, 2, 3. No, that frog's gonna be there and punch me. But maybe I can like get the ghost here and I'm standing here and there's another enemy here, so I can just punch the ghost. Like if the ghost is trapped, if it has nowhere to move, I can just punch it. I don't know. Is there a good way to explode stuff here? Feeling pretty bad. Maybe I should. No, there's no way to hit both of these frogs with this one cast. There's just no way. I think maybe I should get back into this corner and shoot up at this ghost plus this frog, and then like teleport myself out, and maybe I do not know. I do not know. What if I step up twice before shooting at this frog? Does that help me at all? This frog is here. This guy is here or here. But he wouldn't be hit by a side hit even if there could be one. I guess maybe there could be one still. No, I don't think there can. I think that was tested in I can't remember. I feel like it was maybe tested in Zona 2, but I can't remember. I guess one interesting thing is this, but then I'm not getting a gem. Like I could get an artifact right now if I don't teleport like this. But this would take care of this frog for now, and potentially there's no other frog. There's no default frog in Zona 5, so like potentially I'm not losing anything by sending this frog and deciding in advance to use this on it in Zona 5. Although, pretty good chance that this has slingshot or chicken kill actually. So there's a good chance I am in reality losing out on something in Zona 5 by doing that. Not sure if that thought process was clear, but I gotta move on. I don't know. Feels like I'm probably not gonna get gonna get a lot of treasure here, like, or at least like not like my maximum amount of treasure here. One thing I could do is step up and then shoot this down. It would guaranteed transform and blow up the frog. So that's 50-50. This is killing this frog. Or killing this enemy without using my frog kill spell. Then I have this guy on me. Yeah, this guy is like the problem. Or at least this guy is the first problem. I mean, I don't really want to do this anyway. Like if this I don't even know if I have a way out here, honestly. Like I don't even know if this is survivable right now. Oh man. This might be the end of the road. I don't know. I in moments like this, I am tempted to just start doing things, but I think this is maybe the time when I should be least willing to just start doing things. So how does it look if I step up and then shoot this frog? Just do the obvious thing. And then maybe just like start dancing with this ghost so that this frog comes around the top. 1, 2 to shoot. 3 stepping forward with this ghost. I guess maybe the ghost steps down here, which would maybe be good. I think I want to start like that. I think I do want to start like that actually. I don't see the other option. Like Going ahead and using my teleport is really bad. I have an enemy on me, so I have to do something about this enemy that's on me. Yeah, I think I want to do this. But maybe I want to go ahead and shoot it first before stepping, because if there's a corner treasure, I probably want to step into that corner right now. No. If there's a... Yeah. I was thinking if there was a corner treasure, I would want to put it here so that I could then dupe this and this at the same time. But that doesn't make sense because this is not a corner. I was like getting buried treasure and corner treasure mixed up. I don't know. I don't think it matters whether I step up or shoot first, if that's what I'm doing. But stepping up like maybe gives a chance of something happening that will give me an idea about how to do something differently. I guess one thing to at least consider a little bit is that we are getting to the point where it's getting more likely that we have a protect somewhere that will save us. But hard to like, don't necessarily want to like try to count on that right now. Maybe it was a mistake going for the 2 treasure chests plus the chicken treasure last time. I'm not sure. There's also still a chance that this goes through walls, I think. If this goes through walls, we would be putting the gem somewhere that maybe we can reach it and get an artifact right now. That seems pretty unlikely. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea, but I don't know. Like, say I step up right now. Say I step up right now and then do that. It's like getting this frog out of the way. I don't know. The fact that I'm on the right wall here is so unlucky. I can't do this. Maybe I should have stepped left instead of up. I think I should have stepped left actually. Because then this would be testing for a charge attack that it hasn't been tested for. Oh man, that was a throw. That might have done it. That might have ended the run right there. Little mistake like that can definitely ruin a run. And then like also if I had stepped left and then done that and it didn't have a charge attack, I could then do this and I guess hope for a protect on this, which is somewhat likely, and if not, I at least get this charge attack. Yeah. I think that would have been good. I don't know. Let's go through with our plan. Don't know what else to do. So this frog is 100% stepping right? I guess. Yeah, no. Something is going here. When I step. Yeah. This frog is 100% stepping right. And then either if I step left, either the ghost or the lizard or the shrimp is going here. If the ghost goes here, it's 50-50 that the ghost goes there. I'm just thinking like I can get out if I step left and then wait. Oh no. Oh no. Not seeing anything. Really not seeing anything. I want to use this ghost to get out. Like, you know. So yeah, what I'm thinking is 50% chance that the ghost goes here, right? If I step left, 50% chance that it goes here. And then in that case, I can step left again and I will get punched by that frog there, but then I'm pretty sure the chances are very good that I can just teleport down and get out and maybe even get a treasure on the way out. But if I step left and the ghost moves down, that's potentially very bad. I don't really know what I'm doing then. But I don't think I have another plan. I don't want to cast this right now. I guess my other plan is go down here, but then like I'm not gonna be able to use this. Maybe this makes a ghost my friend. I don't want to count on that, do I? I mean, it could make a ghost into my friend. I mean, obviously the main appeal of shooting this here is that it is blowing up 3 different things. But it's also transforming 2 enemies. I mean, this could also have a shrimp heal though, right? No, I think I shot at this at a shrimp, but I was at full health when I did in Zona 1. Might have shot at a shrimp in Zona 2 though. What did I shoot it at? I think I shot it at 2 lizards in Zona 2. So yeah, this could have protect or ghost, befriend ghost or shrimp heal, and it's gonna blow up. It's gonna do damage to these 3 things, which is definitely appealing. But then I think I'm just screwed. If it doesn't, I think I would rather wait and count on that when I really get into a really bad situation. So yeah, I don't think I want to use that right now. I don't like, what's a position that I could get into that's good right now? What if I step down and then step left? That guarantees that this ghost is going to be here again. And then step right and maybe like sleep both the frog and the ghost. That's at least something. What was it? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll work to sleep both the frog and the ghost. Or no, this ghost could just be here. I don't know. I think I want to step left. I think I'm going to step left. I don't see how we're getting I don't see the 100% chance of survival strategy here. So I think we just have to do something. And I think that something is going to be step left twice and then teleport down. There is this chance of like this lizard ending up here somehow or something, and like that doesn't work out. But this is like at least almost a 50% chance of letting me get out of this room alive, which is something. I don't know. Please step left, ghost. Of course. So not looking great. So stepping right, in all likelihood, leaves lizard here, ghost here, me here. I guess then I would maybe want to use my teleport, but like then there's probably going to be a ghost on me. Maybe if I step right, the shrimp steps right. Maybe if I step right, this shrimp steps right. And this ghost also steps right. That's actually decent odds. I guess it's not terrible odds, at least. But say I step right and then I teleport left. If the shrimp had stepped right, then I can just punch him. And then the ghost will be on me and maybe I can just push my way out. Why is this the hardest run of all time, man? So that's at least one possibly good thing that happens if I step right here. Is there something potentially better if I step down, though? I guess if I step down, it seems like a higher chance that I can get into this corner without taking a damage. Because if I step right now, or no, if I step right now, yeah, the ghost could step that way. I think I want to step right. I don't see why I would do something else. I mean, I could use this like this, but that seems just... Well, hang on. Wait, is this good? Is this really good? This does damage to that other lizard. And then puts me here. And then if I step down, there's a 50% chance that... No, not 50, because the frog could try to walk back around this way. But there's a decent chance that this lizard and this frog align up here, and I can put them both to sleep. And if not, then I just put the frog to sleep. I put one of them to sleep. No, there's a chance that I don't get to put any of them to sleep. What was this? This was doing this right here. Yeah, I mean, if I'm doing this, then I kind of have to. I'm getting off parity with this lizard, so then I kind of have to commit to this move, I think. And then if the lizard steps down this way, it's maybe kind of bad. It is bad. I'm taking damage. And like this frog getting put to sleep and teleported somewhere. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting out of this alive. Like it could be somewhere that's blocking me and ruining everything. Although if I can kill all the other enemies, I can just like stand here and get my charge attack to use on the frog. I don't know, this definitely seems decent. So what's the other thing? Like I step right and I'm kind of counting on these enemies. I think both ways I'm kind of counting on enemies to move a particular way. There's not a way that I want to... I mean, this... this has a pretty good chance of getting me killed right now if I shoot this left. Yeah, I don't know. Getting down into this corner kind of feels like my best bet. Another thing I could do is waste this. I hate this idea because it's transforming this gem. But I could teleport here, waste this, and I think maybe guarantee or at least increase the chance of these two enemies aligning the turn after that. Let's see. I do this. I shoot this up. That's 2 turns. 1, 2, 1, 2, or here. Yeah, I think then if I step down, we definitely get this nice thing. I don't know. This feels good to me. It's possible that there's weird possibilities here that ruin everything, but that's possible. That's going to be possible with any plan because we're kind of in a scary spot. So I don't know. Maybe this also like befriends a ghost, or no? I think we already used this on ghosts. Okay, let's do this. This could also charge attack though, maybe. All right. I think I want to do this. Or would I rather do this? Would I rather waste this? If I waste this, I can still have my hope of getting an artifact in this level. But then, like, if the frog is blocking me somehow, I'm gonna have to walk around with it awkwardly. I guess let's just assume that this frog ends up somewhere that's not like super close to me. Let's just assume it ends up somewhere in this or like in the treasure. I guess we're teleporting the lizard as well. Yeah, I guess I can't really count on not needing this not needing this charge attack to kill one of these enemies on the way out. I guess one thing that's good about not going ahead and stepping down here is that if the lizard does step right here, and I'm not down in this corner. I'm up here where I am right now, and then I use this. This is never going to put an enemy right next to you. So this covers more of the squares where I don't want the enemies to end up. If I'm shooting this up at enemies from down here, it could shuffle the enemy. It could shuffle an enemy to there or there, I think. I mean, there's going to be an enemy here from the start, but I think after it sends the lizard away, I think it could put the frog right here. So yeah, if I'm standing where I'm standing right now, has this been tested for through walls? I might want to shoot this down and try to heal, because I think it has been it hasn't been tested for side hit. This could be really good. This is gonna have a side hit on it. I can feel it in my bones. Yikes. Not only did it not have the side hit on it, the lizard moved the wrong way. So I mean, this is just so bad, right? Like, I'm almost wanting to do this, which, what is this, 1 and then 2 to hit the frog. So then the ghost is on bad parity with me then. I think I'm gonna have to end up spending this. Oh man. So, step down, shoot. I think I'm gonna have to shoot this. Oh no. This works out so poorly with the shrimp coming in here. Like if I step down and shoot this up. Yeah, if I step down and shoot this wand up, I am guaranteed hitting the lizard and the frog, but then I'm getting off parity with this shrimp, and like it's either going to be here or here. Either case, I think I want to just step up and punch it, because otherwise I'm blowing myself up here. This is such a bad. I'm dying here, aren't I? This is the end. So yeah, this is 50% chance of me not. No. Well. So if this kills this lizard, which is actually greater than 50% chance, because this could still have a snipe on it, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this could still have a snipe on it. So greater than 50% chance Because if it transforms into a chicken or a ghost, if it transforms into a shrimp or a ghost, it's definitely dying. And then there's a slight extra chance of like a protect or something that that would mean that I wouldn't die. And it's killing these two things, and then the frog is on me. The ghost is here, and that means I can just walk out. I won't be able to use my last wand, but I'll be able to walk around. And I might even be able to grab this safely before I get out and get an artifact, which would be huge. So this gives me a greater than 50% chance. So any other ideas have to justify themselves by being greater than 50% chance. There aren't even that many ideas that I could there aren't even that many moves possible right now. I know I don't want to step up right now. So we can just walk through all the possibilities. I know I don't want to step up right now. That's definitely less than 50% because I'm taking a damage immediately, and then I basically just need a protect. Shooting this left right now, I don't see why that would be good. Because then I would have to shoot this up at this frog, and it could have frog kill. It could. But that's the only thing. Wait, could it even have frog kill? Yeah, it could have frog kill. But that's like the only thing that it could have. That would be helpful, I think. Except like protect would be maybe helpful if the parity works out. This is so terrible. So that is shoot if I shoot this left, and then, but yeah, if I shoot left and then this has frog kill, then I just punch, and then I am still on bad parity with the ghost and taking a damage from the ghost, which is just crazy. I guess I really did. I guess I really did lose this Jogo by fighting that chicken last time, by going for that thing, that Zona, that treasure chest and dupe in the bottom right corner. Felt pretty safe. There's also the possibility that there was a charge attack on this and I messed things up right here, which I was talking about earlier. But yeah, I don't think this is good. Stepping down, then I am forced to do this, right? Or maybe I step down and then punch twice. What does that look like? So that's 3 turns from now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that makes it so I can punch the shrimp. And then maybe punch the ghost after that. Sorry, maybe punch the lizard after that. Down, punch. I think the shrimp is definitely on me at that point. Step down, shrimp's here, frog's here. When I do the punch, the frog is either going here or here, probably here, and the shrimp is going here. So yeah, I think just stepping down and then punching 3 times kills these guys, and then there's a chance that this guy will show up on me next. If he doesn't, then the frog's on me. But the problem is, then I have to do this on the frog if he's on me, and that leaves me off parity with the next guy. And I'm still off parity with that guy too. Like, I guess the only good outcome, the only good possibility is like somehow I can use this to fix my parity and kill an enemy, but I don't see how that's happening from this corner where it's going to wrap around and explode on me. Could this have forget on it? I don't want to count on that. I think I'm doing this shot on this lizard right here. If there was something better, let me know. I guess y'all already know how this ends from the video timer, which is funny. Greater than 50% chance. The game has been mean to me so many times, so now it has to be nice now, right, to fix it. Is there a reason to like punch first and then step down? To potentially get this frog on me? To potentially get this frog on me and then... But it's time. Wait, does this work? Oh yeah, it does. It does work. 50%. Let's go. Okay. All right. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. So now we definitely want to be counting our turns here. And I failed last time somehow. I somehow messed up the counting last time. What did I do last time? Or what did I do so far? I stepped up, shot down. This artifact is going to make such a huge difference. I stepped up, shot down at this frog. That's 2. And then a ghost was on me. I stepped left and wanted it to go in here, but it went down. I teleported here, right? I teleported here. That's 4. I shot this wand up. That's 5. And then the lizard walked the bad way. And then I shot it with my explode. That's 6. So it's only been 6 turns. Okay. I am putting my hand back on the keyboard and making sure that I'm over the WASD keys so that I somehow don't so that I don't somehow accidentally walk the wrong way. Okay, it's been 6 turns. And I think the 25 is until the frog walks out. I think it's 24 until the shadow appears, but I'm not certain about that because again, I don't normally count this ever. Pretty much. Okay. I think what I want to do is go for this key and this gem. I guess I haven't thought about what I want to do if I find the secret entrance like up here or something. But we'll think about that when we get to it, I guess. Not sure if I want to go into the secret room right now, but maybe I can get an upgrade for this artifact that I'm getting right now. Oh man, this is scary. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this is the move pattern I wanted. 11. Actually, wait, how many was that? It was 6 when I was here? I'm counting it all again. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 when I was here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the problem is if I do 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I guess I'm guaranteed to get out, right? If I counted correctly, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Only then is that frog coming out, so it's not going to like block the frog that's on me and I guaranteed get out. I think it's fine. I guess what's the worst thing that happens like this, or like what's a weird thing that could happen, like the frog and ghost like switch orders on me, so maybe then, well, I'm going down right now no matter what, so why would I think about this right now? Yeah, so here, because the ghost went there, the ghost could get on me here, but that's just good if that happens, right? Like if the ghost ends up behind me here and I can push it back out, that's good, I think. Don't show me a secret exit here. I don't want to have to choose whether to go into it or not. Okay. We we have been blessed. We have been blessed with the cape, which may very well save us here. This is seriously the hardest run of all time. Um, this is possibly my least favorite artifact. It gives you a guaranteed treasure, but it like I don't know, it makes things unpredictable with what the enemies are going to do, and I guess not really. You can probably think through it, but it's just not good treasure wise. It's not netting you any keys. It's not like accelerating your build at all, and it's not getting you more secret rooms, and it's just giving you one treasure every time. So I'm not sure if there's anything I wouldn't take over this. I think I would take anything over this maybe. Um, and I wouldn't take anything over this, which we'll be talking about the cape quite a bit, so no reason to go ahead and do that. Oh wow, I didn't actually think about this. Didn't actually think about the possibility that the ghost steps up here. Now this could be bad maybe. If I step left, the ghost steps down. So I said that was 20 there maybe? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, I think I was going to be here when this frog stepped out. So like if I step up here, does that help me? That's 22, 23. I could just have a frog blocking me here, and I could still have him blocking me if I'm... So if I go the way I was planning and the frog goes the bad way, he goes around this way, which is only 25% chance, by the way. 75% he's stepping up here when I step left, but if I get the 25% chance that the frog steps down here, then 25, there's a frog here. Then I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I don't see how stepping up is making things any better, so I think I'm stepping left here. Good God, man. Okay. So I started being a little bit more loose here because I do have the cape now, so I can survive this. And in fact, didn't think about this, but it might even be a good idea to use the cape here and get my buried treasure. Like I just step down, step left, punch the frog, punch the frog again. My cape gets used, but I get to buried treasure and I get to potentially heal. This cannot explode, right? How did I? Yeah, I've used this. I've used this like right next to me before. Yeah, it could heal. It could give me a potion. That might actually be good. And also, I don't know if I'm... Well, I know I don't want to step right here. I don't think that's helping me. So I think I'm... Well, let me just think about it. I guess I think the frog shadow is appearing the next time I move. And so maybe if I step right and then step left, it's like a 67% chance that it gets blocked. No, not 67, because the ghost could move that way. It's like, I don't know, maybe 50-ish% chance that this frog gets blocked in, and that's good somehow. But look, if I step right and then I could just be getting surrounded that way. I don't think that's good. Wait, this frog is closer to me than I thought. I don't actually have time to use my buried treasure, do I? Unless I can make him walk around the other way. I think if I step left here, this frog guaranteed. Well, if I step left twice here, I think this frog is almost definitely going here. It's possible that he goes down and tries to get me this way. I think I want to step left here, though. Well, worst thing that happens here is I use my cape and don't get it. I guess there's still a possibility here of me just like if I step right here, I'm probably not dead. I can probably wiggle my way around. Like there's still a possibility of me wiggling my way to the exit without using my cape or anything. Just walking. Like if I step right and the ghost steps down, then I step down and the ghost steps left, everything's fine. But you know, do I want to bet on that? Like I think stepping left right now seems good because this frog is guaranteed to step up. I guess a bad thing about that is like let's just see how that looks, because I think the parity might be bad and I might not be able to get out while using this. Okay, so one punch, that's 3 turns, so 1, 2, 3, let's say. Well, he could also go here, which would be better, but the bad case is he goes 1, 2, 3, and then I want to shoot, and he goes down again, and then I pick up my item and he goes down again. So that's pretty unlikely, but knowing how this run has been going, maybe that's what's gonna happen. Whereas if I step right, what's the worst thing that can happen? The ghost moves up. And I've got 2 frogs on me. I have to use my cape then, maybe. Or no, I like do some wiggling. It's been 2 turns since the frog's shadow was there. We've got 13 more turns until another gamer appears. Oh, man. Why can't the game give me a nice easy Jogo? I know so little still. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy how little I know. I guess I'm set up to be able to do some heal tests in Zone of 5 maybe. Also, I'm set up to maybe just be able to get out. Like Zone of 5 has fewer walls than 3 and 4. Well, if you're counting the locks in Zone of 4. Zone of 5 has fewer walls than 3 and 4, so there's, I guess, a better chance that I can somehow teleport my way out, it feels like. I'd like to keep my cape right now, so that's why I'm thinking about stepping right here. So let's see if I step right and the ghost steps down, and then I step down and the ghost steps right. That's 3, 4 turns since this frog shadow is here. 3, 4, 5. I do a punch and then another punch. That's 7. And then maybe this frog is on me and I need to go all the way around. So 8, 9, 10, 11. But that's still plenty of time. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go for this chance of getting out with my cape here. Although I want this treasure, and this might have a heal on it. How do I feel about Zone of 5? How many enemies did I teleport forward into the next zone? I teleported a ghost who's going to be here, and I'm going to enter here. That's probably not a huge deal. But a cape helps a lot against a ghost. Cape is very helpful against a ghost. I just don't want to like step right and then like feel like I have to step up and start running around, and then next thing I know, well, hang on. If I step right and the ghost steps up, I can just step back to the left, right? I can just step back to the left and guarantee that I get out still. Yeah, this seems fine. Are you serious, man? So is it better to do up or left? Either way, only one frog comes on me. I think left is better because this frog could potentially be going very far away. Wait. With left, I might have a chance of like this frog comes up, this ghost goes over here, and then I walk all the way around and get to the exit without doing anything. I don't know. This seems good. This puts me in. This is basically the same situation that I was thinking about before with like, if I punch twice here, this frog's gonna be there. I would want to like step left and then shoot this down if I were gonna try to use this. And that gives this frog would have 3 chances to go the right way, but if it goes the wrong way, then I am off parity with him. I'm stuck off parity with him. But I guess I could, in that case, I could. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sorry. In that case, I could just, if it seems like he's not going to get on parity with me, I could just not use this wand. But then I've used my cape for no reason. I think I want to try to save the cape. I think I want to step left here and see if this frog follows me. 50% chance this frog follows me, and then I just get out. Of course, man. Do I want to try that again? If I step right, worst case scenario, if I step right, I can still guaranteed get out by using my cape, but wouldn't be able to get a chance at this maybe. If I step down, I'm using my cape. Yeah, so I think there's no reason not to step right now still. And maybe this is giving me another chance at what I was just talking about. One thing I haven't really thought about is like getting 3 enemies on me and then using this to send one of them away and put them to sleep. That's, I guess, a possibility. I don't know. I'm taking another chance of. Hang on, how many turns has it been now? Oh no. This frog. 1, 2. I remember I was right here trying to decide what to do. So 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been 6 turns, I think. I don't know. Please step left, man. Goodbye to that cursed that cursed Zona. I really thought I was gonna die there for a second. Okay. I gotta just breathe for a second because I think we are getting out of this now. I mean, we can see here. We can already teleport out if we want to. And now that I'm confident we're getting out, I can celebrate that we we did get the cape finally. I mean, finally, maybe not the right word. It could have come a lot later, but definitely later than average, which is not great, but we got it in the end. And by the way, our last two, I think our build is coming together nicely because we're gonna get the we're going to get based on which artifacts have been offered to us and which haven't. We can be pretty confident about what our build is going to look like at this point. We're going to for sure, I think for sure get the trash can Bastow, however you say that, which is the artifact recharger, and then that might get offered against, the other things that remain are mushrooms and sixth wand and what's the other thing? what is the other thing? The lamp. So like all of those, all 4 artifacts that remain are good. And we don't have anything that's that bad. Ideally we would have one of those 4 that's still out there instead of this hard specs, but this isn't too bad at all. Not too shabby of a build. And so ideally we're gonna get the trash can and the lamp, because the lamp is gonna help us with ordering. Both of those will help us with ordering and are both very strong on their own. I don't know. We'll think about that. We'll think about that later. So right now I am on parity with this ghost, but off parity with like everything else that I'm going to be able to potentially get to. I guess one thing I could do is go ahead and do this teleport. That will kill this shrimp down here and send this ghost to the next Jogo. And then I think maybe I'll be able to get into a situation where I can use my cape on this chicken, this shrimp, and this ghost all at the same time. Though this chicken could definitely get in the way. And it's important to remember that I have 1 health. I would like to test some of these wands on chickens. Still a chance of finding a secret room here. One thing I could do is put a buried treasure here and then dupe it immediately. I don't think I want to do that. But I probably do want to duplicate the buried treasure. I probably want to, I don't know, I either want to duplicate the buried treasure against the right wall. I guess that's the reason I don't want to do this teleport right now, is that it puts me up against the right wall and I won't be able to get this charge attack. I guess maybe I want to dupe this ghost right now and get my charge attack. I don't think so though. What is on this wand, man? Okay. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. Like, the cape allows you to do a lot of different types of moves that you wouldn't normally be able to do without taking damage. Like, if there are 2 enemies, say this wall weren't here, and I wanted to step to this space, maybe I was here, I could step to this space and instantly get hit by those 2 enemies and be okay. So like if 2 enemies are like diagonal from each other, you can step into that space and use the cape that way. But that's not really realistic. That that helps a lot with parity, but not really realistic from here because the enemies are coming at me from different directions. There's these long corridors that I'm kind of stuck in. I guess I'm wondering if there's a way to maybe get a ghost trapped. Like maybe I can step back. I think what I'm going to want to do is step left, step down, and shoot down at this chicken. Probably with this wand. And then um if it does something good, maybe it has a mirror kill and a chicken kill, and that would be great. Um, but if not, I might just teleport out because I can do a big loopy teleport from over here and guaranteed get out. Um, I guess if I am doing that, do I want to go ahead and get this treasure too? So maybe I should go ahead and shoot this to the left. I know it doesn't get me stuck. Shoot this to the left and then step left and then shoot this down at a chicken. That feels right to me. Chances are pretty good that we want to teleport out of this room, I think. I think I should keep thinking about it longer, trying to find something better, but if there is a way that we're likely getting out of this room, I want to probably save the buried treasure to dupe. But I mean, what's killing these chickens? What's potentially killing these chickens other than this wand? I guess this wand could. But like the problem is the parity is really a big problem because like I guess maybe I could step left and then shoot this to the right and like blow up this other ghost maybe and hope that this gets turned into a shrimp and killed or something. Or turned into my friend. Maybe that's what I should do. Step left, shoot this to the right. This could also have a charge attack, I think. I don't know. I don't think that's going to change my decision, so I'm not going to try too hard to remember. Yeah, so that could maybe be good, and then shoot this down to give myself a chance at a chicken kill. Maybe. I mean, if this makes a ghost my friend, it's actually great because it could transform it into a chicken. It could transform it into even a frog would be helpful. A chicken would be especially helpful because it's giving me an extra treasure, and that's an extra treasure I can maybe dupe. Yeah, I think I'm starting to like that. I guess the problem is if it doesn't kill and it transforms it into something strong, then I'm sending that thing into the next zona when I teleport out of here. But I feel like that's a risk worth taking. I don't know. I kind of like this, but if it doesn't work out, then we will. I was trying to see if there's a way to maybe to like guarantee a buried treasure getting sent to the next zona on the way out if I end up having to leave here, but I don't know. There might be a way for me to like teleport over here and then just like step up and use it right here and step down and get it on the way out. I don't know. This just feels right to me. using this transform like this, and then, like if this does kill this first chicken but not the second one, then my parity will be good. Will be the same with this, and I can cape them if that helps, which it might. I don't know. This just feels right to me. I'm doing it. Okay. I think this is solved now. Step down, punch the lizard, punch the shrimp. Then there's a chicken on me. But it's the same parity as this other shrimp, and it's just fine. I don't think there's any way to do something crazy here, like getting the treasures in a better spot or whatever. Yeah. This. Well, It would be nice if I could get this chicken to drop its treasure right here, just because it's aligned with this, and I could maybe dupe both of them while also testing for a heal in case there's a secret exit here. But don't think that's in the cards. I think it's going to be dropping its treasure here. I guess I do wish I could somehow. I guess we'll just see if this chicken somehow spaces itself out for me. It would be nice if I could somehow shoot this at that chicken. I don't know. I don't really see it happening. I think I'm gonna have to use this. I think I'm gonna have to use this on the chicken to, or maybe I can use this somehow. Well, we'll see. There it is. Okay. This might be the first over 3 hour video, which I was not expecting to ever be a thing. Give me a potion, man. Okay. I mean, that's also helpful for survival. I guess I could, since this chicken got spaced out but the shrimp didn't, maybe I can I can choose here. Do I want a cape, or do I want to have a shot on the chicken? Like, I'm punching this one no matter what. I could step down and cape and do some guaranteed damage to the chicken, but it's not going to kill it anyway, and then it's on me. And I have to use this, or like, yeah, I don't know what else I would do actually. If it's on me, is there a way to, like, maybe there's some crazy way to use this to damage it while also staying on the same parity as it, but still moving somewhere but staying on the same parity, like, it's here, I'm here, I teleport down, it damages it right there, and it puts me here. Then we're still on good parity. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So like step down, punch it, and use my cape. It is now at it's now at 2 health. Then I teleport, and then it's there, and I'm here. This also tests for buried treasure on this, which I don't think has been tested for in corner treasure. And has heal even been tested for on that? I don't think it has. So that's actually a lot of good tests for this as well. Yeah, I think I like this a lot. Just like quadruple checking, like, does the cape work the way I think it does? Okay. And this is gonna make sense. We are remembering, by the way, we're remembering where that we're remembering where that entrance is. Very nice, very nice. That makes me feel a lot better. So we don't care about duping this key, so I think what we want to do is bring the chicken over here so that we can dupe whatever it drops, and also the buried treasure maybe. This might be hard to set up. I mean, I do have this to kill the chase frog though. But how do I want to try to set this up? Because, if I shoot this, say I get the chicken to drop its treasure here, well, then I have no way to shoot the buried treasure. I guess I want. No, it's just awkward no matter what. Or I guess one thing I could do is go ahead and waste this. Like step up, shoot this. No, I don't think I want to do that. Wait. So what I'm trying to do, just to be clear, in case it might not be obvious, I want to set up a situation where I can dupe both the chicken treasure and this buried treasure while also hitting the right wall. And I think the way to do that is going to be to step up, shoot this down to kill a turn, go all the way up here, shoot this to the right up here, and then the chicken will be on parity with me. I can guaranteed kill it there and then shoot this to the right. The question is, how does that work out with the chase frog? Because then I have used all my wands, and potentially I'm on bad parity with the chase frog. So what have I done here? I stepped left, then I shot this. That's 2. I stepped down and punched a chicken. 4. I think. Then there was a lizard on me that I punched. That's 5. Then there was a shrimp on me that I punched. That's 6. And then... Wait, I was here though. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. I'm here. Oh yeah, I punched the chicken there. 4. I don't know why I got confused there. 4 and I'm here. I punch 5. I punch 6. There's another shrimp on me. I step down. That's 7. I do the cape punch. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I do this, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 punching. Yeah, I think this is going to work out nicely, like just because I'm going to be able to block the chase frog coming in, unless I miscounted. But also maybe I get another heal here. I feel like this is the right test anyway for this wand. So I kind of like that. Lame. I guess I didn't think about what I would be doing if there was like a treasure there or something. Anyway. Okay, we're just super comfy now. This is so fine. I didn't need to do that, did I? I just made a careless mistake because I've been playing this game for 3 hours. It happens. But we're pretty safe coming in here without a charge attack. Probably not even gonna matter. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that prevented me from being able to like transform or something. But yeah, I should have at least tried for getting all those treasures and getting out without punching that frog. I didn't have a ton of time. Like this guy's coming pretty soon. Like, yeah, that wasn't that long. But there's at least a chance that this frog would have been super nice and not ever blocked me. So there was no reason not to try for that. I don't know why I like autopilot punched. Okay. Give me a cape upgrade. Okay. Don't think there's ever a reason to choose something other than cape to upgrade if it's offering cape. On a really good run, you'll get the cape first and get a bunch of upgrades on it before, or at least get, I guess not a bunch. You'll get 1 or 2 upgrades on it before there's even a chance of it offering you something else, like before you even have your 3rd artifact. So, when you only have 1 or 2 artifacts, you get the possibility of you can choose to upgrade the cape every time you come into the secret room. So yeah, ideally it would be upgraded already, but yeah, cape upgrades are just so good, especially you really just want the treasure immediately and then the gem that lets you reuse it, and then you're just you can basically the run transforms immediately when you have that combo. Like you enter free farm mode, and uh the capes comes to very quickly comes to like dominate the strategic uh decision making. But yeah, there's nothing on this that I would consider taking right now, even though there are good upgrades on that. Very unfortunate. Okay, well, so I've for a long time I have wanted to like this door. So okay, this is unfortunate because these are both low tier upgrades for the cape. Um, the best cape upgrades, the most important upgrades in this order are the treasure upgrade, and then the gem upgrade to let you reuse it, and then it's a little bit of a toss up with the next two, but the next two are recharge a random wand and um, get a charge attack when the cape procs. Um, yeah, yeah, I think it's debatable which of those two is better. I would probably say the recharge is a little bit better, but I'm not sure. Um, Maybe it depends on other things about your build or something. It definitely depends on enemy upgrades, um, because like how much you need to farm the chase frogs definitely matters for like how valuable the charge attack is, for instance. But yeah, these are both. And then like after that, before picking either of these, I would choose like the swap. Um, and I'm pretty sure there's one more that I would prefer over these two, but maybe not. Um, yeah, I but yeah. Anyway, so for these two, um, I have wanted to like the door for a long time, but I find that it's not very often. It's not super common that I get to like intentionally use the cape in a way that's placing the door for the next zona. Like often when I'm using the cape, I'm just, well, I guess I'm getting this confused with the move door upgrade on the trash can artifact. Um, I guess that one because I like the forget upgrade on that one a lot. Usually I'm just using it in a way that is intentionally forgetting something, and then the door just gets moved to wherever to wherever that was, wherever I wanted to be to forget something. So I'm not really choosing how to move the door when I use that artifact most of the time. I guess with the cape, it is a lot better. Um, it's been a while since I had this on the cape. Actually, that's why I got confused and was thinking about the trash can. Um, but amulet isn't terrible either. It can, yeah, it can definitely save you. I mean, if things start going very poorly, I mean these almost both like help with the same. These almost There's a sense in which these are both solving the same problem for you. Um, if you take the door upgrade, you are much less frequently entering a zona in a corner and being stuck and not able to use the cape. If you take the amulet, you're more often going to end up in corners because you couldn't move the door. But despite being in a corner, you are able to use the cape. Not sure if that explanation made sense, but yeah, they're almost kind of solving the same problem, but I think this one solves it in a way that's better most of the time. Like, I don't know, I find that I don't very often struggle with, like, once I have the cape, it's not very often that I feel like I'm stuck in a corner and it's a huge disaster. Like, yeah, I think this is the better option. Also, I'm like just more interested to play with this and see if I can learn something, get better at the game by by playing with this, because I'm not used to having to think about this when I use cape. It's been a long time since I got this upgrade on cape, so I think this will be the more interesting one. And I don't know, I don't care that much about this decision. I think this is a disappointing selection here. Uh, so I think I am going to go with this. This is the safer. It's probably the safer option, I guess, for survival. But it's not even like there's a pretty good chance that an enemy gets an X upgrade at some point, and the X upgrade just kills you no matter what. If you're at 1 health, if the enemy uses its X spell on you, so like there's a good chance that we get enemy upgrades that kind of counter this. Yeah, I guess that's a big downside of the amulet in general. Like, this is so early in the run that we're choosing this upgrade that we don't have any idea what any of the enemy upgrades are going to be. So like the chances that at least one enemy is going to get an X, pretty large, pretty high, pretty good odds that at least one enemy will get an X, and that just hard counters this. Like, you don't want to be at 1 health when there are enemies with X's. So yeah, it is cool though, like having the amulet and being a little bit more willing to intentionally go down to low health, and then you like discover more slingshots and stuff. It is that is an interesting aspect of playing with the amulet, but I've done that recently. So I'm less excited about doing that. I'm more interested in getting better at placing the door. So we'll take that. Happy 3 hours, by the way. Okay. And we don't have a pillar to test. I mean, we're using this to kill the frog, right? Like, in what universe are we not using that to kill the frog? Could also I think we're probably using this on the key. I think we are maybe trying to save this for a chicken treasure plus buried treasure transform, but more likely we're using this charge attack so that we can dupe, or no. Maybe we want to dupe the chicken treasure plus buried treasure. Wait. There's no convenient way to do that though. Although I guess we can take extra time to set something like that up if we're getting this, we know we're getting this charge attack that'll help us deal with the chase frog. Again, very unfortunate that we're on the right wall here, so we have to like get a move on before we can get any charge attacks. I mean, we don't want a charge attack from this position anyway, just because like the enemies that are going to be on us first are like a ghost or a lizard. Well, I don't think I want to do this. And I don't think I want to use any of my other spells here. Except maybe this. I don't see why I would do that. I think I want to teleport. Sorry, I think I want to step left. brain is getting noticeably tired. I don't know. I'm gonna step left. This. Is there a weird teleport I could do here? Like. We don't want to send the key to the next Zona, I don't think, or the next Jogo, because we want this gem. I mean, yeah, these walls are not in a good spot to like let us do some damage here. I might just have to teleport left here and then shoot this frog. But then like I have maybe I want to step right first. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything very good. Maybe I want to put this lizard to sleep. I mean, okay. How are we killing this chicken? We're killing this chicken either with this axe, which is going to hurt us as well, probably, or we're killing it with a charge attack. I think I'm gonna have to use this. Use this up. Wish I knew what else was on this wand. How much punching can we do? Can we just punch a lizard down? I guess so. More than the lizard, the problem is the ghosts. I mean, I guess if parity works out nicely, just thinking about damage alone, we can shoot a frog, punch down a lizard, blow ourselves up while getting while getting a charge attack, and so that's like 2 damage. Like, I mean that might also like transform the ghost though. But so yeah, I guess is there a way to like kill the frog with this wand, punch the lizard? I don't think there's a way. I mean, I guess like if I do this, that just seems so bad. I mean, I do this and then I mean that's just blowing myself up for no. Oh wait, no, that's not blowing myself up. This I am so brain dead right now. Okay, I'm doing this. The lizard gets on me. The frog probably goes up. So maybe I'm killing the frog by so maybe the next turn after doing this, I am doing this. No, because if it doesn't. I don't know, man. I guess I can still be doing like I can still be thinking about like a sending enemies to the next Zona thing. Not thrilled about sending tons of stuff, but like maybe I just step right here shoot this left at the frog, and start punching, and then whatever needs to be sent to the next zona gets sent. I think actually if I do that, I think if I move right, shoot the frog, hopefully the frog steps up. If it steps right here, that's very annoying. But if I shoot the frog and then do a couple punches on this, I think on this lizard that's going to be on me here, I think there's a good chance that this chicken ends up here. Maybe not that high chance because this ghost could block it. But maybe this chicken ends up here and I can like teleport past it and then get this to kill it. Because even if we were okay with sending a chicken, even if we were okay with fighting a chicken in the next zona 1, we would rather kill the chicken here where we can dupe its treasure. I think I would prefer to dupe the key, except that we can get a buried treasure also. Since we can dupe the buried treasure and the chicken treasure at the same time. Wait, is that even true? Maybe we can't do that. Oh no, I think I am duping this key because like, let's say I put the buried treasure there. Well, I guess we can put the chicken treasure there, and then I go in here and grab the key, and then come back all the way back out, and then dupe, and that's probably fine. I don't know. This feels like a good place to start here. Okay, yeah, I guess the chicken probably is ending up back there, huh? So maybe I'm just punching once and then teleporting. We have a cape. Oh no. Wait, this is actually kind of good because I get to kill more stuff. I don't know why I wouldn't punch twice here. I'm thrilled about being able to kill this ghost right now. And then I guess I'm just killing the chicken with this here. This is not really what I not really what I planned, but I don't really see the better option from here. But then it's a bit awkward with this ghost, but maybe I can just use this one to fix the parity with it and then walk it into this corner, maybe. I'm gonna get this charge attack for the frog. I don't know. I think this is the best thing to do, and I'm ready to close the game right now. So we're maybe this ghost steps backward. No, I don't think it can. I think because that takes it farther away from me. Or no, it doesn't take it farther away from me. So maybe it can step backwards here and then get transformed, which maybe I don't want. I mean, worst case, I'm teleporting with it. I think I'm. Worst case, it gets transformed, but it's like a little bit damaged, and then I time warp it, and it's probably fine. I don't know. Again, don't know what else I'm doing, so let's do that. Okay. And this is fine, I think. Okay, unfortunate that this worked out like that. So maybe I do want to warp this ghost, because I'm not thrilled about the prospect of duping this book. Like if I were to do this, like either I pick up the book right now and take damage, which I don't really want to do, or I shuffle the book while also shuffling the ghost, which might not even fix my parity. Yeah, no, I want to keep this, and I think I just do want to dupe the key after all. So I think we're sending that guy. And then there's not going to be a way to dupe this buried treasure while also duping this key, but you know, we're happy to we're happy to get out of this one alive. That was messed up. what happened here was not right. Expecting a frog to arrive, but I've got a wand to fix my parody with if I need to, and I also don't need to. Don't think there's any reason to care about what particular way I send this. Okay. This was yeah. Some of the earlier Jogos were scary, but there's a difference between scary and like actually thinking you're gonna die. And previous Jogos, I was pretty confident that we were probably fine. This one, I very clearly took a 50-ish% bet. I guess it was higher than 50%, but maybe not by much. Maybe it was like a 60% chance when I did that explode shot on the lizard. So hopefully that will be the peak the peak scary moment of the run. But at the same time, we've got a lot of run ahead of us. But thanks for watching. I mean, sincerely thank you for watching if you're watching these entire videos, because they're just absurdly long. But yeah, and thanks everyone who's giving feedback. I really appreciate it. See you next time.